Hello, welcome to the Inner Swim channel. My name is Jaylyn and this is 10-Minute Yin. So if you love Yin, if you love yoga, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. And let's begin. I have a nice deep hip opener for us today to help us perhaps release a little tension in and around our hip joints and our bellies, to kind of get us back into the flow of things, back into our lower bodies and back into hopefully feeling kind of flowy and creative and really good. So let's begin. All you'll need is a little bit of space and maybe some cushioning under your body. So whether that's a rug or a yoga mat or a blanket. So once you've got a little cushioning, you can go ahead and find a comfortable seat, maybe on your heels or maybe cross-legged. And just focusing your eyes or closing the eyes for a moment. We'll reset ourselves with just 7 long, slow, and deep breaths. So just let these next 7 breaths be your main focus, breathing in and breathing out. Nice, generous breaths. Just gently stretching the boundaries of breath. Gently stretching and opening a little more space within. Breath flowing. Perhaps noticing any sensations that arise from the breath. And after that 7th breath, let yourself be. Just taking a moment to check in. See how your body is, how your mind is. And when you're ready, if your eyes are closed, you can gently open them. And let's get right into it. So our yin shape for today is a high dragon. So it's an opening for the front of our hips, the front of our thighs, and also up into the front of our bellies. So actually, besides being a pose that opens and releases tension in our hips, this is a great pose to help us to breathe better, because these muscles here in the front are actually connected to our diaphragm, which is our main breathing muscle. So that's kind of nice, right? We'll hopefully leave our practice today feeling a little more spacious and able to breathe. So just start sitting on your heels, if possible. And from this nice grounded position, we're going to come up into a kneeling position. Okay, so here's where you're going to want to pad up your knees. And let's start with the left foot forward. So just step your left foot forward. Keep a nice distance between your legs, right? So you're not all in one line, but you're kind of widening out. And we'll start with both knees in about a 90-degree angle. And just feel your right knee dropping, the right side dropping, your tailbone kind of dropping towards the earth as well. You can actually bring your hand here to your sacrum, back of your pelvis, and just make sure there's not a ton of arching going on in your lower back. And then from here, we're just going to wiggle that left foot forward until you start to feel something on the front of your right leg. Okay, so we don't want it to be the deepest stretch of our life, we're just moving into a place where we're starting to get a little sensation, a little feedback from that hip. But it's still a position that we feel we can relax into. We're not holding ourselves, our back leg. We're allowing it to drop. We're allowing our pelvis to drop. And maybe you'll just rest your hands on your front thigh here. And just encourage yourself to keep lifting your spine away from out of your pelvis, lifting your belly away from your thigh. And only as there's space to move into, you can start to drop a little deeper into that hip. Keep the breath flowing. Relaxing your eyes and your jaw. Beautiful. So we're not pushing ourselves into the pose. We're allowing gravity to continue to drop us. And it's like your front foot is kind of catching your weight. So you're pressing that front foot into the earth. Dropping through that back leg, breathing and lifting out of the pelvis. Good, just another breath or two. If you'd like, for the last breath, you can reach that right arm towards the ceiling. Maybe just give a little side bend over to the left, just really getting into that psoas muscle there, the muscle in the front of the body. Good. And then we'll relax that right arm down. Okay, so slowly start to move your hips back in space, like you're moving through water, just so slow. And as you do that, you can start to peel your left toes off of the earth and just take a few breaths here to release that hip. And gently open along the back of your left leg now. Good. And then when you're ready, when you feel released, you're going to step that left knee back next to your right knee and just have a little seat here just for a quick moment. Just resetting, resettling, noticing the right side and the left side. Take a breath. And let's come right into the second side. So we're standing on our knees. We're going to step the right foot forward, knees in 90-degree angle, widening your legs. Give yourself some space. And when you're ready, as you're dropping through that left knee, you can start to wiggle the right foot forward just until you get a little feedback, some sensation. This left hip starts to talk to you. And all you're doing is listening. That's all you have to do. Make sure there's no arch happening in that lower back. And then just rest your palms maybe on your front thigh. And continue to drop down through your pelvis and lift up through your spine. Breath flowing. Eyes relaxed. Jaws relaxed. Shoulders relaxed. Okay, moving your belly away from that front thigh. I know it's a deep opening, this one. There can be a lot of tension gathered up here in the front of our hips and in the front thighs and the belly, especially if we do a lot of sitting. Just Just remember to breathe. Awesome. And in these last few breaths, if you like, you can reach that left arm up and just give yourself a little side bend to the right. Kind of reaching up through your left fingers, creating a little more space there in the waist. And bending subtly to the right, not too deep. Just encouraging the skin of your belly to stretch and open. Good, and then release that left arm down. Take another breath. And start to move the hips back in space in slow motion, peeling those right toes up off of the floor. And just a little release here. And then we'll step the right knee back next to our left knee. Have a seat on your heels or on your bum. And just take a moment, take a few breaths. Notice how you're breathing and just experiencing your body breathing. After those shapes, what do you notice? So I'll leave you here to sit for as long as you like or need. You are all set with your 10-minute yin. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. Namaste.